Alright guys, we finally got the Kula trailer. I've been waiting for this trailer since forever, and I'm surprised that they reviewed Kula this late, although it kinda makes sense with her being on Cronin and Angel's team. Anyways, just to recap what we're doing here, we're analyzing what changed with Kula from 14 to 15, and man, there's so many good changes, so let's get right into it. So they gave her a new jumping A animation which crosses up now, and obviously this is a really good change because Kula didn't have a reliable cross up before. Also, there isn't a meaningful difference between her old jumping A and her jumping C because it's the same hitbox, same animation, so all they're doing is they're just repurposing a redundant normal, which is jumping A, into something more useful. So for her counter shell, when you reflect a projectile in 14 and it hits the opponent, it leaves them standing. But in 15, they've changed it so that it knocks down the opponent instead, and this is how it used to be in 13 actually, so it's more accurate to say that they're reverting it. Now, I never really understood why they left the opponent standing in 14, but I'm glad that they're changing it back. So the most exciting change for Kula is that she has a new special that summons snowmen above the opponent's head and drops them. So the EX version has 2 snowmen, regular version has 1 snowman. So as you can see for yourself, you could do some pretty sick setups off of a hard knockdown. And this is a pretty huge game changer for Kula because characters with delayed projectiles will have a strong Oki setup. So I like this change for Kula for not just the obvious reasons, but also because when it comes to changes, most characters have the kind of changes that adds combo potential. But this adds a new layer of strategy for Kula. It adds, some depth to her moveset, adds, additional offense options, and it's just giving you a new way to play the character. So really like it a lot. So for the C version of her Diamond Breath, they increased the hit stun so much that you can follow up with Far C. If you tried to do this in 14, you can only follow up with Crouching B, so it's pretty useless in that game. So it's also worth noting that the way it works right now in 15 is actually how it used to be in 13. So again, it's more accurate to say that this change is more of a reversion. So this got me thinking, if the hit stun of this move has been increased, then the block stun of this move has to have increased as well. So this means that the C version of Diamond Breath can be used as a melee again like in 13. So setups like the one that you're seeing right now, they just weren't possible in 14 because the hit stun and block stun were dramatically decreased, so it almost felt like the C version of Diamond Breath was useless in that game, but it's looking like they're going to fix this in 15. So speaking of reversions, we have another reversion for counter shell, or 2 to be accurate. So the first is that Kula can now combo her counter shell after the D follow up of lay spin. The second is that counter shell is back to being a hard knockdown. Now again, both of these were possible in 13 and not possible in 14, and then it's back to being normal in 15. So the intent in making this change, which is being able to combo after lay spin and being a hard knockdown, is to work in conjunction with her new snowman special. Otherwise, if you don't have an accessible hard knockdown to set it up, you would barely be able to use it, and it would kind of kill the point of having a new special in the first place. So this change is a combo quality improvement. So if you're doing this combo in 14 for mid screen, you have to run up after EX Ice Breath before doing the EX Lay Spin, because if you don't, the EX DP is only going to get 2 hits instead of 3. And if you're trying to save bar and you just use the C version of the DP, it's going to whiff entirely without the run up. But in 15, this trailer shows that you get all 3 hits of EX DP without having to do the run up, which means that the CDP will also connect without the run-up. So in other words, this combo is just a whole lot easier for Kula players to perform. So this next change is another combo quality improvement for EX Diamond Edge Super into Climax. So in 14, this combo is only possible if you cancel after the first or second hit. If you cancel off of the third hit, the opponent is still in the air by the time the Climax comes out, which is stupid because it still lets you Climax cancel, but it's not going to combo. So if you want to do EX Super into Climax in 14, you have to use the other Super instead. Here they fixed that problem by allowing you to Climax really late after her EX Diamond Edge Super, so that when the opponent falls down, they fall down right on a Climax, so the entire thing properly connects. And yes, this is how it should have been in the first place, but I'm glad that they're updating it so that, everything just makes sense. And if you watch my other analysis videos, there are a lot of issues like this in 14 that they're now fixing in 15, so props to SNK, man. Alright, so final thoughts. I'm really happy that they are reverting Kula so that she's closer to how she was in 13. One of my biggest problems with Kula in 14 is that she was a lot less fun compared to 13, where, in 13 she had the hard knockdown counter shell, she had the Oki setup with the C version of Diamond Breath, going straight into EX moves. But 14 Kula, on the other hand, lost a lot of those nuances because they changed the properties of her moves, so she was just all combos and good normals. I mean, she's still strong in both games, don't get me wrong. She's just a lot more fun in 13, so I'm glad that, 15 Kula is closer to that. Anyways, it's hard to believe that I've been doing these, trailers and analyzing them for about a year now, and finally the game is almost out. And, if the leaks are true at this point, so we should probably see Elizabeth, from 2 weeks from now. And I think we're probably going to get the third online beta on January 21st if, following the calendar dates here. So, yeah, would be nice if they let us scratch that KoF itch one more time before the game comes out in February. But yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time.